So, hey everyone, it's currently 5:34 in the morning. So, today I'm gonna take you guys with me as a day in my life, and I will be alone today for I think 8 hours. My husband's gonna go to work, and so I'll take you guys with me what I do while staying alone, home alone as a wife. So, come on. So, first things first, I prepare his clothes in the morning while he's taking a shower so that it will go more quickly when he's finished. Normally, I put his work clothes away in the closet, but on this occasion, I forgot to fold them and left them there overnight. He typically gets up at 5 or even earlier, and of course, a few minutes later, I wake up too because he normally leaves the house between 5 and 6 in the morning. And in this manner, he avoids traffic, and naturally, it will be simpler for him to locate a parking space at his work. Also, the reason I wake up early is because I want to make some coffee, and that way he and I can have coffee together in the morning. We usually have 1 cup of coffee each, but in this case, every morning before he goes to work, we share a cup of coffee. And of course, don't judge us, but we kind of prefer instant coffee. But of course, he likes the other type of coffee too. But more than that, we like the instant coffee. And as you can see in the background, it is still dark, but that's the way it is. We wake up early for him to be ready for work and get to work early too. So while he's changing, sometimes I help him with it, sometimes I don't. And I know that he's a grown man, but I still prefer to help him in any way I can, and that's kind of one of my love languages, and he knows that I love doing it too. And while he's doing his face routine, I pack his work bag and sometimes give him his fruits and that he can take to work. And then after getting dressed, we'll have a cup of coffee and we do our morning talk, which includes a lot of laughing and giggling, as well as talking about what we're going to do during the week. So kind of like preparing so that way we manage our time nicely. After I sent him out, I went back to bed and slept for an hour or so. And then around 9 in the morning, I have my breakfast. And as you can see in that breakfast of mine, I had picadillo, which is kind of like a Filipino meal. And of course, we got rice. And we can't forget rice in the morning. I need it to function. I am a Filipino, and you guys know that we love our rice. Then after eating, I get on with my baking. Paul and I started baking our first ever whole wheat bread, and then followed by the banana bread that I posted on YouTube. And me and him, we talked it over the phone before I got over that we are going to start baking our own bread and banana bread because it will be a much healthier options for us instead of buying it in the supermarket without knowing the ingredients of that bread. So, yep. And well, ever since we started baking, I started to like it, the kneading and watching the dough rise, and ever since I just kept on watching YouTube about the different type of breads that I could make, like for example the Norwegian bread and sourdough and any type of bread and recipes that I could find on Google, the infamous Google, and YouTube as well. But then while our dough is rising, I am making protein bars, and I just saw this on YouTube and I really wanted to try it because it only uses 4 ingredients and me and Paul wanted to try to make our own protein bars as well for our workouts, and of course for our sweet tooth as well, to satisfy it. So anyways, while I was making the protein bars, our timer for the dough has gone off. So yes, I am going to press on the dough to degass it, and that way after degassing it I have to knead it and cut it into two, because we're going to make 2 loaf bread today, and that way it will last longer and we don't need to bake every day. So I press it a couple of minutes just to let the air out, and then I start on with the kneading and cutting and shaping it into circle, or how the loaf is made. So yeah, that we continue putting up our protein bars, and I'm putting it in an aluminum and just pressing it on, and then we're gonna put it in the freezer for 30 minutes if you are in a hurry. And since I'm in a hurry, I have to put it in a freezer for 30 minutes. And that's the result of our protein bars, the homemade one. And I am cutting it so I can have a piece also, and I am so excited while I was cutting it. I'm so excited to taste it, since this is actually my first time making it as well. And as you can see, I am eating it, and deep inside of me I am loving it. Like, I cannot believe that I made my first ever protein bar, and I'm so proud of myself. But then of course our baked bread is done, and I am so excited to try it and cut it, since it's my first time baking it without my husband beside me. And I'm so excited as well to see how it turned out, and just taste it and see it for myself. Maybe I need to do something to improve it. So yeah. And while I was cutting it, I noticed there's some black or brown spots on this side. So I guess I need to improve on that part. So now I'm tasting it, and you can see in my reaction that I really loved it, even though I burnt the lower area. And still, I loved it, and I'm eating it like there's no tomorrow or something. So yeah, that's our baked whole wheat bread. After all that eating and baking, I have to clean the house because it gets messy, and since he's the one bringing in the money, I have to do something in return too, and not just lay around all day like an entitled lazy woman. Because I do believe in maintaining a balanced relationship where both of us contribute to the household. And by taking care of the house, I show my appreciation for my husband's hard work and his dedication as well. So that's one of my love language too. Of course, when he gets home, he's going to take a nap, and I usually take naps with him. And then right after that, we went to the gym. I just did not film it. And then of course, after the gym, we start making our food, and we have to wash our hands first. That's the first rule of the kitchen. And then in there, I make our salad, and that's our dinner for tonight. And in the salad, I just cut up some vegetables, carrots, tomatoes, garlic, onion, lettuce. For the dressing, I made a lemon vinaigrette, and it's a really good dressing. I just love it. And yeah, that's our dinner.
Bosch met with IA this morning.
I'm aware of that.
Bullpen chatter says it didn't go well, at all.
I'm shocked. That it didn't go well, no surprise.
And I also wanted you to know I have spoken with Lieutenant Billets. She's capable, but been at Hollywood a long time.